Mm-hmm.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spider Runs. My name is Chuck, not Spyran, if you could not tell from the bad accent. And I, along with my co-hosts Sap
Hello.
and Aziz, we are here to
How's it
bring you
going?
the next exciting round of Zochelix's Bingo Bonanza. This time featuring two titans of the speedrunning community, Spyran and WiliFetti. So let's take a look at their stats here real quick. Spyran running on emulator, Fetty running on hardware. A very nostalgia look with the stat screen here. We've been using this one for a while. We can see here that the average blackout time between Spyran and Fetty is fairly close, about 2 minutes between each other. So it's really going to depend on what kind of board that we get when we come up. We don't have stats yet about most points in one bingo board because this is the first time these two are facing off. And as we can tell, both of these runners have been running since 2023, even though one of them has been around for at least 5 years prior, gaining the skills necessary. That would be our dear friend Spyran here. And finally, our most hated task. On Spyran's end, we have Let Jonah Die in Spidey vs. Scorpion, and most hated task on Fetty's side is One Cycle Doc Ock. So we have some very differing challenges and tasks here. I'll open the floor to you, Sap, and Aziz. What kind of thoughts do you have on these stats?
Honestly, I just want to say Let Jonah Die in Spidey vs. Scorpion as the most hated task. That's a very valid statement. I absolutely hated doing that one because it's just a lot of sitting around and hoping Scorpion does what he needs to do. But
Yeah, especially with the camera angles maneuvering throughout the level. Sometimes it's pretty hard to grab the things and throw them out the way so Jonah can't
Indeed,
hide.
you're going to have to rely on the special stats of the All Comics run in order to make that as efficient as possible. What do we think about One Cycle Doc Ock, though? Not out of the question as a hated task, but how would you rank this as far as your most hated tasks if you were to be taking on the bingo?
so I know this might be an unpopular statement, but I think Fetty would agree with me when I say that it definitely is a hardware thing. One cycling Doc Ock and just the FPS drops there, it's just that level is annoying on hardware. And honestly, yeah, I don't know. I suck at one cycle lock, so I can agree with him there. It sucks.
I will say that even on emulator, even when you do have the proper technique and the setups and whatnot, it can be surprisingly difficult to get that one cycle Ock kill. So I can't blame Fetty for doing that. So let's move on to the tournament screen here. We are finally going to see our two runners lined up here. They are getting ready to get their bingo boards ready to go. Fetty, interestingly enough, is on the special screen while Spyran is on the level select screen. I wonder if there's a particular reason for that. Maybe Fetty is deciding to... Well, he can't access any of the costumes, so I wonder what he's up to. But for now, we're going to go ahead and get these runners started and ready to run. We are going to go and make sure they are ready. We got a ready from Spyran. I was about to say, it'd be wild if Fetty just forgot that that's where we were putting that information. All right, so both runners are ready. 3, 2, 1, go. and we'll reveal the board here. Now, Fetty has been a big proponent of looking at the board first before making any moves. And it looks like Spyran is following suit. Which tasks do we think they're going to go up to first?
Let's see. I think they're just gonna try and make the best line they possibly can. So, the first one I'm seeing is like hug a lizard while doing tunnel crawl, because there's a couple different things right there.
I see Fetty is going through with his Fetty fall.
Oh,
It looks like
he's going straight for the
Island.
Parker outfit, huh?
That's right. He decided to jump right into the Peter Parker suit that is going to get him his first point.
I wonder if he's gonna put it on.
That would
That'd be
be
amazing.
that would be something. That would be a fantastic flex
Yeah.
to do that. Looks like Spyran is taking the Ben Reilly suit, a real battle of the suits here. And Spyran has taken out
Yeah.
Venom to get that Ben Reilly suit. And now Fetty, let's see which one he's going to be doing. I believe he is trying to... He could be trying to do... No, not stop the presses. Where do we see...
Die by fire, maybe?
Throw a
No,
symbiote
maybe
into
not.
fire.
Oh, throw symbiote into fire.
I think he's trying to throw the
that would
symbiote
be
into
it.
fire.
I was
That would be
missing
it,
that
but it
one.
looks
Yeah.
like I didn't see him throw him into the fire. So, but I guess he did. My mistake.
He did.
Keeping eyes on a lot of things at once. It's very exciting. Spyran
Yeah.
collecting a comic in Symbiotes Infest Bugle, which is bringing these two to a solid tie. I should have expected such a quick turnaround from each of our runners here. It is insane how quickly they're already filling out the board, and that is
They're doing
Spyran.
the death ones. They're both dying at the same time, dude. A completely different element.
Indeed.
I love the irony in that.
So there is Die by Fire in Bugle's basement, and I believe Drowning for Spyran. What an interesting lineup of stuff. Looks like Fetty might be going to die by the press. In this
It
case,
looks like Fetty's also one ahead right now.
he's definitely not doing
pretty
it without
neck and neck,
webs.
though.
Another.
He's definitely not doing it without webs.
Another.
So I don't know what he is trying to do. Meanwhile, Spyran getting the Venom's Puzzle Fetty fall. And Fetty, he got the Die by a Press. And he fully
okay.
depleted his web cartridges all in one go. So
Ah,
that is what he
That's
was
actually
after.
smart. He should have done. I would have done that one right away.
Yeah, it's
honestly,
very smart. It seems like both runners are going for the easy task.
which is a
first.
valid strat. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Honestly, yeah.
Because the longer ones, the ones that are harder and you can die at, like mistakes can be made on.
Now
those.
that was close, but Spyran barely eked out hugging the lizard before Fetty. So that is another point to Spyran, keeping this incredibly close.
Yeah.
Now let's see what
We are. What are we 6 for 6 right now? Okay.
we're at 5 and 6. 5 for Spyran and 6 for Fetty,
Oh,
at least
5
at the
for
moment.
Spyran. Yep, I miscounted.
Now Spyran is, I believe, trying to get the comic in the building top chase. Meanwhile, Fetty is in Waterfront Warehouse.
He's going to Goblin's Lair, I believe. Am I wrong about that? Yep, he is.
Oh, my mistake.
Yeah, it seems to
I
be
couldn't
the only
find
one.
this in my run yesterday.
It's out of the way. You wouldn't expect it. But
I went to the completely wrong level because, honestly, I don't know how these guys do it. I get so mixed up on which level's which when it comes to the police chase. It's just all one police chase to me.
for sure, I have to use the
Going
Sputterfly
for
level.
the comic in Underwater Trench, getting it on the first try.
Amazing.
Holy crap.
Absolutely amazing. That is going to push Spyran just ahead. It is now 7 to 6. Fetty's gonna have to hurry up and get that last cartridge as quickly as possible.
He was telling me he hated this one. I'm surprised he went for it. Got that one done, though.
I think he was confident in knowing exactly where those are. Now, let's see. Yep, that is...
I'm surprised no one's done basement skip yet. Because we've seen them both there at least once, am I wrong? Maybe Spyran hasn't been there just yet.
could put someone's eye out.
Yeah, it's sometimes when you're under that pressure, you tend to forget
Trust
what's
me,
on
I
the
know,
board.
that was me yesterday.
You know, we've seen that. Yeah, I didn't want to say that, but yeah, we see that. We see that a lot in
kill
the past.
4 enemies and get to the bank for later. Oh,
Ooh, Spyran knocked down to the bottom of the trench. Barely surviving. If he had landed on the electrified floor, that could have been tough for him.
Fetty is back in basement. Let's see what he. I think he's just going straight for the skip, I imagine.
I think that's the only one left in that level.
Spyran
got. This could take a while.
Destroy 8 lasers.
Yes, he did. Now I wonder if he will be heading back. No, it doesn't look like he's going to the sewer cavern.
Clean doing.
And Fetty just completed.
Skip. Very clean.
Both are.
These guys
really
are hard to
good
keep up
in
with.
terms
Let
of
me
their
tell you.
pacing.
These guys are incredibly fast.
Yeah.
It cannot be understated how good these guys are at the game.
I know.
Spyran trying to get through sewer cavern without touching any pipes, and he does it.
Barely makes it.
He does it. He just
honestly.
has to finish the level, and he's all set.
That was very close. Someone did. If somebody doesn't mark something, that's just on them. We'll see. We got one cycle Doc Ock as one of the options here, and I just wanted to mention that because it was marked as Fetty's most hated task. Fortunately, we do not have to watch JJ die. I mean, well, depending on who you are, you might enjoy that, but I don't want to sit through waiting for that.
So let's see. I want to make sure I have my counts right. They are neck and neck. Looks like Fetty is going to be going for all of the enemies and get to the bank. And Spyran...
It seems Spyran has 9, I believe, from what I'm seeing on the board.
He just picked up Building Top Chase. Oh, and that is 10. You are correct.
Fetty just...
And that is another one for Fetty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fetty seems to be falling a little bit behind.
Spyran was about to do that, and he missed the mark on that one, it seems.
Absolutely tripped up. That brings Fetty over to Venom 1.
Going kid mode.
And he's going to be... And that would make sense because he needs to beat it without webs. Now, let's see where Spyran's going to go. He's heading to Tunnel Crawl. Looks like he might be doing the 2-cycle tunnel crawl on hard.
I have not seen this done before. I'm actually interested to see this one.
It is wild to see, honestly. I can't believe these guys are fast enough to do that. But if you can manage it, that just honestly that proves your skill for sure.
There's Fetty cleaning up Venom with these no webs. No webs needed.
Not one single web needed.
Yeah, both are at 10 now.
Indeed. And now we're down to the last 5. Last 4, actually. Because that is the 2-cycle tunnel crawl on hard.
Yep,
looks like Fetty is heading off to do Stop the Presses without webs. Which is...
Oh no, seems to be going after Doc Ock.
I think Spyran's going to flex on him.
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
Spyran's going to take care of that one. So honestly, Fetty might want that so he can work on something else. But
yes, this shield is drawing power from his.
For sure, I think it is, since it is such a hated task. I think that is in Fetty's best interest to go ahead and finish other ones in its stead. Because there's a lot of waiting, even in a 1-cycle for Ock, that Fetty can take advantage of. The trouble is, we are now looking at 2 really hard challenges left. They might be racing for the very last square when it comes down to
Fetty's
it.
at 11 points now. I just want to put that out there.
Good catch, thank you. So yeah, it looks like Fetty's going to go for the 8 thugs.
And then there goes Spyran getting the 1 cycle dock.
which means it really is going to be a race.
And he's gotten it.
He did. Now it's going to be a race to see who can complete the underwater trench without jumping on hard. This task, just watching USAP and Jesse tackle it, just looks incredibly difficult. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up taking a few tries from both of them. It's really going to come down to who is...
He jumped.
Who has the cleaner lines. And yep, he jumped, and he threw himself into the electricity.
I'm hoping to see a battle like we did the other day between me and Jesse, where it's... Except, you know, Spyran and Fetty. I hope to see that happen. But let's see. Maybe Spyran will get it quick. Maybe he won't. I'm kind of hoping he doesn't. I want to see it. I want to see the race.
You could put someone's eye out.
Yeah, what's because when we saw you guys do it, it was definitely a struggle.
I mean, you should see. You should try this yourself, man. It's not. It looks easier than it actually is. I think. There goes Spyran. He's getting it.
There we are. Now, this is the last room or second to last room?
I believe it's the
Both
second.
tied for 12. Oh my gosh.
I think you're right.
And that Fetty...
Now,
Fetty's going
Fetty is
off.
going to have to count... Fetty is going to have to count on Spyran absolutely beefing it.
Yep.
This one. And it could be because of lasers.
He could
see how the lasers are absolutely striking him out?
Oh, man.
Oh, my lord. Oh, and
there
he dies! Oh, Fetty's got a chance. Oh, my gosh.
Fetty does have a chance.
And we're having a rerun of the last rounds we've had. Oh, my goodness.
This is incredible. All Fetty needs to do is finish up this level without messing up, and do so fairly quickly.
Yep.
And he will eke out the first of 3 from out under Spyran's hands. That is exciting to see. But Spyran is catching up. They are both on the second room now. Fetty further along, and Fetty is dead.
Fetty, oh no.
Fetty is dead.
Oh no.
Spyran now.
We're having a repeat of yesterday, guys.
My goodness. And it is
Spyran's
gonna
taking
be an
hits
absolute...
as well. Oh my gosh, dude, these lasers are ruthless today. Holy crap. This is terrible. I feel bad for these guys. Oh my gosh, dude, Spyran's just getting absolutely...
Oh, and he was able to save himself.
Spyran has some time to try to collect health and webs.
He does.
But
Fetty's getting to the
it's
second
hard to
layer.
say. He's not going to have enough health anyway if he gets struck by one more laser, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think he will.
So,
Fetty's getting into the second level, no damage taken, but barely squeaks that.
And you
swing.
say that just as
Fetty.
he falls straight into the tunnel. That is a reset for Fetty. And Spyran almost missing it. Fetty absolutely heartbroken over that. And
no!
Seemingly zapped almost straight through the platform and falls through.
Oh, that was unfair. I feel for Spyran.
That is a reset for Spyran, which means we are back at it. This is always a good one to end on because it is such a back and forth. Man, I am really excited. This really is anyone's game because no matter how far ahead someone is, something like that happens, and it's a reset.
I think Fetty needs to calm down a little bit. He's got this for sure. He's got a chance.
I think we found everyone's least favorite.
Hey, this is what I marked it as my least favorite.
Ooh, and Spyran zapped out of the air, midair.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That was incredible. Which means Fetty is now, once again, a strong contender to finish out.
This is just a neck and neck race constantly. Let's see it. Oh my gosh.
Look, neither of them is clearly ahead of the other until one of them hits that hallway at the end of the level.
But he sticks that swing, which is the one he's been struggling with.
You could put someone's eye out with that.
Indeed he does. That's a swing forward for that. Zip over there. This is really exciting, guys.
Fetty's moving on to layer
Yeah, it's
3.
getting intense.
As Spyran starts layer 2. This is close.
I'm getting a feeling somebody doesn't want me here.
Okay, that's a laser hit. These lasers are so ruthless. And now he's going to zip up. He's going to take what I imagine is a safe route, and he gets hit.
Oh no!
Lasers are brutal today, man. Oh my god, they are unrelenting.
Oh
If this level doesn't take it
goodness.
easier on Fetty, I don't think Fetty's going to have a controller to do the next 2 rounds with.
This is good, boys. Yeah, I did not imagine seeing this again, but seeing them both go at it.
Oh,
And that is
Spyran
Spyran in the-
Oh,
picks it
seems
up
that
finally.
Very
Spyran.
last hallway,
Oh,
That is-
man.
the win for Spyran.
Jeez,
The
that
Spyran's
was
gotten it.
very crazy. Oh my gosh.
Incredible. Spyran barely eking out that win over Fetty. Incredibly close. And now it's time
Yeah.
to run it back. That is round 1 for Spyran. Let's
to
get ready
reset that
for round
board.
2. Indeed. Absolutely insane. I can't believe.
Now, will we see a
That was
repeat of this?
crazy.
Like
That was
in the
so
next,
crazy. That was fun to
Who
watch.
knows? I remember, yeah, it was the last match we had. It was the first round. Same thing happened. Will we see it again? Who
Two
knows?
titans clashing. and-
Hopefully we do. It's always, yeah, 2 titans clashing on this level is always a treat to see.
Ready. Let's see if they're... These guys are ready now.
Just making sure I get some of the technical aspects here out of the way. So I want to be sure whether these guys will need to reset to their save to make sure that they can freshly get everything, or if they're
Oh.
okay to just move forward.
Right. Well, for costume unlocks, we will need to reset and...
Well, for costume unlocks, as long as we understand what level is the costume unlocks are. Like, for example, Ben Riley is Venom 1, and Scarlet Spider is Rhino, and Peter Parker is the Treasure Hunt.
Oh, doesn't look like it matters because Fetty just loaded up a bingo save, so I think he's already ready.
I think so. So let's get... Let's get set, ready and steady. Racers, are we ready? 3, 2, 1, go! The board is revealed. Let's see what we're dealing with. That's already Venom 1 without webs. Die by a press. 2 comics and Spidey versus Monster Rock. Love it. Stand on the Pork and Donuts billboard. I haven't seen that one in a hot minute.
Okay.
Let's see. Talk to the Lizard. That ought to take a minute or two. And that is Spyran already doing
Dying
Die
by
a
a
press.
press. That was quick.
Quick
No
in
underwater
a flash.
trench, unfortunately.
Unbelievable.
Looks like... Okay. I think Fetty's
like-
gonna go for the line. He's gonna try and start... He's gonna start at Venom and go for multiple blocks here.
Ah, the old trusty spider.
And it looks like Spyran grabbed a Spidey armor. I knew there was a Spidey armor there. Is that in kid mode? I'll
Yeah,
have
it
to
is
ask
in
them
kid
during
mode.
the interview.
It is in kid mode.
I knew there was a Spidey armor there. I was always confused
Yeah.
as to why I never saw one. So that is another one.
Yeah, I remember Spyran mentioning it yesterday that was the Spidey armor he would go for if he was ever to run. So it's glad to see that he'll keep making up on that promise.
It looks like
Fetty
there
marked
are
2 comics
here.
and Venom, but I don't think he has both of them yet, does he?
Yeah, he grabbed the one in the building, and then he grabbed the one in the construction area.
And if that is so, he's probably continuing through this level so that he can go to Venom 1 and do it without webs. If I had to
the
guess.
second one was after the first cutscene. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
No, you can collect. You're able to collect both. It's just typically in our routes and any percent or no skips, we wouldn't really be running towards that comic at all.
It's a little
And
out
that
the way.
is an alternate basement skip for Spyran, and that is the comic in basement skip.
Spyran definitely cleaning house right
Spyran
now.
is definitely taking stock
Going straight
about
for Mysterio.
how to best efficiently take care of each of these board numbers. It's going to take a little bit here, a little bit of strategizing on Fetty's part to line things up and take care of it. That
Just lost
is,
Venom.
I cannot believe it. So that is,
All that work.
that's going to cost Fetty a bit of time.
Yeah, it is.
Time he might not really have.
I would have.
But it's still
backed
early.
out of this, but maybe I'm incorrect.
I think
Oh,
it really
he
depends on
moved
how
to the
quickly.
boss. Okay.
So that is a defeat of Mysterio. That brings Spyran to 5, to Fetty's 1. And it looks like Fetty is doing this on
Thank you, Spider-Man.
easy, perhaps?
He's
It's
defeating
looking-
Venom without webs, I think. Yeah.
Right. I'm just trying to judge the health ticks to see what difficulty he's on. If he's,
And he's gotten it. It's another one off
that's
the board
2,
for
actually, because
Fetty.
he got the Ben Reilly suit, thanks to defeating Venom.
Oh, right.
So that brings it to 5 and 3, evening things up a little bit more.
Well, Ben Riley's
looks like-
actually Venom too. Am I wrong about that?
The fan will break me free.
No, I believe Ben Reilly is Venom
Bet that controls the air conditioning.
1. I believe.
I'm trying to remember, but I could be incorrect about that.
Oh, yep, you know what? Fetty's got it correct. It is Venom 2.
Yeah.
So I will adjust that accordingly. Looks like Fetty's weighing his options about what to handle next. Meanwhile, Spyran is after every single symbiote here in Symbiotes Infest Bugle. So let's see. So now, I believe, he is restarting the level, and he's going to do it with a skip.
Looks like Fetty's gonna go visit the lizard, Dr. Connors himself.
Indeed, hopefully he can do so
he's-
fairly quickly.
He might try and get hit by all 3 rollers instead. He just got hit by 1 at least.
That would make sense.
If he plays
Yeah,
it
he's
carefully, he
gonna
can do
lizard
both.
first, probably. This is a good 2 for 1.
I think it's going to be in Fetty's best interest to talk to the lizard first.
Yep.
And it looks like Spyran.
Symbiotes hate. It's Sonic
Spyran
and fire,
get.
and I'm fresh out of both. I guess I'll have to
Oh,
do
he
the
performed an
old-fashioned
alternative. No. What did Spyran get? Racking my brain, but that is talk to the lizard for
any
Fetty.
SIB skip. And kill all
Right.
symbiotes in SIB.
Correct. Thank you. I was looking for that on the board. I couldn't find it. Okay.
Fetty, and then Spyran does the elevator skip.
A nice line, another nice line for Spyran to take advantage of, going straight to elevator descent. And he got the comic.
Was that the third hit from the
Fetty's got
roller, or was
one
that the
more
second?
roller to go.
Okay, so he needs
Right,
one more.
and he needs to make sure to hit the right specific roller.
I did this one every time it showed up on my run, and honestly, this one's easy. It just takes 2 lives, which kind of sucks, but... Oh!
Oh no.
Time for him.
Seems that he dropped into the water.
Now, guys, I do want to make a quick point here. We do have the 7,000 points in Zipline Challenge task on here. So I wonder which of these guys is going to try to tackle that first.
Right.
Okay,
Or
let's
if
see.
we'll even see it be done today.
You can run,
I'm
Venom,
way
but you
behind.
can't hide.
on points for Spyran. That is 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
9 and
Yep.
3.
Spyran has got a full 9 to Fetty's 3. Fetty is going to have to do some fancy flying in order to catch up before he's forced to take on some of the more difficult tasks.
It seems that going down the linear path, changing up his strategy, has kind of hurt him this time. When both were going for the easy test first,
He got hit by all
seems
3
like they're
rollers
clearing
now.
up the board pretty fast.
Fetty's up to 4.
It is 10 to 4
I better time this right.
now. But he doesn't have a lot of time to strategize, but he needs to pick the right tasks to tackle in order to catch up with Spyran. Spyran trying to take on the...
Gotta keep moving.
What is he? Oh, he's one cycling tunnel, or yeah, tunnel crawl.
Going for the police evaded comic book on Fetty's side.
Yeah.
And that
That
is a
one's not
comic
too
collected
bad.
for Fetty.
That's a quick and easy one right there.
Yeah, it's 5 and 10.
That's 5 and 11. Because Spyran did manage to get that one
Oh,
cycle.
right.
Okay. Now. It looks like Spyran is looking to... Oh, he's standing on the Neversoft sign. That's the wrong billboard to stand on. He needs to stand on the Pork and Donuts billboard, which I believe is, yep,
Yep, it's
down
the
there,
next
down the
one.
line. And they're racing for it. They're racing for it. Looks like Fetty's gonna snipe it straight off of Spyran.
Wow, Spyran was
that
just
is-
about to get that one.
I was gonna say, if nothing else, that is Fetty getting one up.
That
On
is
Spyran.
one. That was one good one up, maybe to help him, you know, get there. Let's see if Fetty can get these 2 comics really fast. I mean, if anyone can do it on Monster Arc, I think Fetty is one of the
Step in the right
people with the
direction.
faster Arc times. So
I agree. I think one thing that our viewers need to keep in mind is that Fetty is one of the masters of Monster Arc.
mm-hmm.
So if anybody is going to get through this quicker, it's going to be him, most likely.
Yep.
And that is bring Black Cat. Spyran only needs one more on the board.
Spyran's watching the whole cutscene, but nope, he says never mind. Looks like Fetty's got one of the comics. He needs to get one more, and he should be able to just back out of this.
And I had a feeling Spyran going straight for zipline training.
Oh lord!
And we can see the cutscene skip glitch is affecting the floor, which is always fun to see.
Mm-hmm. Yep, his game. I hope his game does not just randomly crash.
Nah, he wouldn't try to run the Japanese copy for a bingo match, would he? Never. Now let's see. We're now at $2,000 in points. Spyran. 2,500.
Oh my
Steady hands. Steady hands on Spyran. Getting those points.
Yeah, Spyran's got all the time in the world for.
lord! Fetty gets the
complete
second
this.
comic. That's one more for Fetty.
Amazing. That is 12 to 7.
I think Spyran's gonna clean this one up.
Looks like Spyran's only got a few points left, but I have to wonder what Fetty's going to try to go for
Cleans
next.
up the
I don't-
7,000.
That is 7,000. There it is. That is 13 points for Spyran.
Yeah. Spyran 2-0 in this matchup today. Great effort by both guys, honestly.
Yeah, that
Absolutely.
But it seems like
especially in
Spyran
that first round. That first
taking
round
the
had
dub.
me sitting up in my seat for sure.
absolutely nerve-wracking.
Absolutely.
I cannot believe that we got such great lines in the second round, but also getting just the right tasks in the first to give a very entertaining showcase for the first round as well. So now I don't know. All right. So let's go ahead and bring. We can bring these guys back in here shortly, as soon as they are ready. And we'll get to the interview screen. We'll just wait for Fetty to undeafen here.
Yep.
Hello.
Welcome. Fetty, Spyran.
How's it going? How are you feeling, Fetty?
I'm all right. I fell apart on that last board. I tried to like bring it back together, but I did fall apart on the last board. So
that got tough. Getting the lizard's maze was really tough.
Yeah.
I will say, I just want to point out that we had the same thing happen today that happened to me and Jesse with Underwater Trench. That was amazing to watch. I just want to point that out.
I would have had it if
Yeah.
I wouldn't have forgot the route at the end.
Yeah.
It was literally the third route at
I'm
the
so
end.
glad it came down to that. I'm going to have to look back and watch how close that was, because that was crazy that it came down to that one again.
Dude, it was pretty exciting. I swear, while we were talking, we were like, oh, Fetty's in the lead. Oh, Spyran's in the lead. Oh, Fetty's back in the lead. And it just was like that so much. It was great.
The lasers were brutal on y'all.
Those
They were
lasers,
absolutely
those
brutal
lasers
on y'all.
were
I felt
not
for y'all.
back.
When I got
on
right
any
to the
of
end and the
guys,
last
dude.
laser shot me down, I was so sad. I thought, no, that's it. It's over.
That happened to Fetty too, though.
no
It happened
way.
literally to both of you guys.
It was
Yeah.
it was back and forth every time. I told them I'm not counting either of you out until I see one of you in that last hallway. And it ended up being Spyran in that last hallway.
I wasn't watching.
It was
Finally,
really
I wasn't watching, and then I saw we got down to Underwater Trench, both of us, and like, it's just like, I don't know, like I remember like I looked down to the side and saw him in the last room, like the first time I looked over, like the only time I screen peeked, and so I just jumped down and I was like, yeah, okay, GG's, like GG's, dude, like it's over, like, GG's, but.
So,
It seems that you switched up your strategy on the second round, because both of y'all had similar strategy on the first round where you guys were going for the easy ones, picking out the easy ones first. Second one, you were going more for a line, Fetty.
Yeah,
am
I started
correct?
going for a line, and then I realized that my dyslexia made me read the line wrong. So like, I will say the first one is where like it was like, oh yeah, no, stop the presses, you empty out on my webs, stop the presses on hard, like die to a press, that type of thing. For this one though, it was more like I read the entire board and I was like, oh yeah, Ben Riley's Venom won. It wasn't, and I was like, oh okay, yeah. Then as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, I need to completely switch my strategy up completely. So. Yeah, and then I lost Venom. Like, I even waited, and I lost Venom and Venom Chase.
that was
Oh,
tough.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
mad.
saw that. That was a little rough to watch,
But
but
that was like my first interaction.
Man.
My first bingo card was like to get both comics, right? It's like both comics, and I'm like, okay, cool, and I'll just go into Venom 1, and I'll see if it's watch a full FMV while I'm waiting, and then I lost Venom by like a second, and I'm like, okay,
Man.
yeah.
Unbelievable.
Would you have done anything differently for the second round,
For the second
looking
round,
back?
honestly, like, I would have probably, like, the thing is like, I don't know, like, I started to lock in kind of halfway through. I started to find my stride, what I'm good at, you know, like, get the 2 comics of Monster Rock, 15 enemies, police evaded, like, you know, kind of doing that type of stuff. But, like, really, it was just kind of like I was like, yeah, the blues are coming in. I need to do like the wacky ones that I know Spyran isn't gonna do and try to do them quickly. Which is why y'all were seeing my strategy for Lizard Maze, right? Which was doing the skip and going back and getting hit by the third press and stuff like that. And it was just, it was one of those things where I just took too much time figuring out what I'm gonna go for, and I didn't do the wacky ones or ones that I'm good at. Like I should have done zipline training, like because I'm good at it. I should have done, die by a press should have been the first thing I did, and it was just like I didn't. So I kind of got flustered. So
I have one more question for Fetty before we move on from the Fetty questions. But now you're going to advance on to going against your so-called student Jesse. How do you feel about that one? You gonna
light work, no reaction.
Excited to race against Jesse?
Light work, no reaction. No, I actually no, he's that's my boy. I'm actually excited for I'm actually excited to play Jesse. We get matched up every single thing, and I mean, I'm not planning
it's for the meme then.
Yeah, I'm not planning on saying. Yeah, that's why I lost, was just for the meme. But no, in general though, like I'm actually like I'm not planning on staying in losers bracket. Like I'm planning on going all the way to the end, right? So it's kind of just like
the participation.
Yeah, the second place bracket.
Please, yes.
The second place bracket. But no, yeah, it. In general, like I'm planning on going all the way to the end, and hopefully I'll get a rematch with Spyran along the way at some point. So, because I mean, hey, all I know is like if I don't get flustered, because this board, by the way, this board is deceivingly hard. I just want to go ahead and put that one out there.
Oh yeah, no, this board was tough.
This board is like comically like there's a couple easy ones like one cycle water crawl and like grab a Spidey armor and all of that stuff, but which I was also gonna grab in Venom, like catch Venom as well.
Some of them are really long though.
Yeah.
Like we had like get 2 comics and Spidey versus an Monster Ock, and then like get all 6 symbiotes.
Free Black Cat. 2 survivals.
The 3 rollers and Lizard Maze, and talking to the lizard at the same time. That took a minute.
15 enemies. Both survival modes are here. Yeah, like. Yeah. This was deceptively hard, so shout out to Spyran, because like these are like just deceptively hard. Like perform either alternate basement skip could take a little while if you're not like on point with it. Like just all of that stuff. Like he did kind of hit all of what I would call the easy ones, right? Like air quotes, but it's just like this was a lot of menuing and a lot of going back and forth. There really wasn't a line. I took probably the only line that there was on this entire board. So congratulations to Spyran for the dub.
Yeah, congrats to Spyran. For you, Fetty, it seems that Jesse in the chat is really happy that you lost. Anything you want to say to him?
I mean, hey, bro. I hope you've had fun playing this. I hope you had fun playing in this tournament, man. Bro just signed his death.
He's had one race, bro.
I hope he had fun.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Congrats to you, Spyran. You've won. You'll be moving on in the winners bracket.
How do you feel, Spyran?
Yeah, really, I was really nervous. That first board, especially when it was like literally neck and neck the entire way through. My heart was like beating out of my chest on the waterfront warehouse bit, the underwater trench level. That was like insane. So to get to that point, I don't know what happened on this one. I feel like Fetty said he thinks he found the only line. I sort of disagree. I think there was some really, I think I'd locked in on just like completely by chance of some really good like combinations in this one. So like bugle basement, comic and basement skip, same one. Then you've got the kill all the symbiote, infest bugle, and then perform a bugle skip as well. Then straight into elevator descent comic, and then you can go on to like do Mysterio after the basement as well. Skip. There was a few that you could definitely do consecutively, one after the other, which I think I found quite quickly, which is a surprise for me, honestly, because I normally struggle. I feel like a lot with finding these lines because I look at the board and my eyes kind of go, to pick something. So yeah, I think that second one was a really good I think that's probably the best, honestly, like bingo I've played, potentially that second board. But yeah.
Yeah, everything that you locked out for me, like I just drew for, like I just didn't even look at it. So if you found the line, then you found the line. Like, and there was really nothing I could do once I got flustered. I just wanted to throw that in there. Like I started seeing blue everywhere. So,
where did Chuck head off
to?
Chuck probably had to go for a second.
Hopefully he's okay.
Any more? I mean, I guess I can ask a question to Spyran. I guess I'll take over as host, you know?
Sounds okay.
Nah, Spyran, I will say the competitive board on the first one, I will say, like, that one was... I don't think you realize on both of them, I had to lock in and catch up. Both boards, if anyone was, like, actually watching, right? Like, if anyone was actually watching, I had to, like, lock in and just catch up on both of them. Like, the first one, yeah, we were both zooming, but... Spyran, I saw you click that 1 cycle awk while I was still in race. Like while I was still in race to the bugle, I saw you click the 1 cycle awk, and I was like, I'm like halfway through this level. I'm like, he's gonna get a head start on on the no X button, right? Like it's one of those things where the whole time it was like, yeah, no, I was playing catch up to the fact that, you know, like, yeah, I think I was ahead at one point on the board.
Yeah, you definitely were. I think there was multiple times where you, pulled ahead. There definitely was.
Yeah, it's just that last little bit was me playing catch up. Like, it was just like, hey, I did one of the harder things, right? Like
that was it.
Like,
I was gambling on the fact that you might not choose to do the Doc Ock 1 cycle when that was like one of the last ones left. It's like, right, I need to claim this then, hopefully.
And I was gambling on you doing it. I was gambling on you doing 1 cycle awk.
So see, the mind games, we've played each other straight into that last one. That was brilliant.
Because if I would have went into 1 cycle awk at, like, I think you were like ahead of me by a little bit, so you would have got it first, and I would have just lost.
Yeah. So you knew you had to go do the other one. Yeah.
So I mean, that was the big deciding factor. Like, I think that was play of the game right there. Is you got the easier one first because you were a little bit ahead. Like, I feel like that one would have been like, you know, a lot. Like, we both died in lasers, but I mean, either one of us could have probably first tried it, right? Like, either one of us probably could have first.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's not beyond us. We've both done it before, haven't we? So yeah, that really, once you got to that level, it's like, okay, this is literally anyone's game. Someone could just do it first try and it's over. So.
Yeah, it was that last one. It was like, because I had to do race because I was banking on you doing awk. If I would have saw the race to the bugle one pop up, I would have cried. Yeah. I probably would have went straight for like 1 cycle because I knew that like that would be my only chance at that point. But that was where I felt. You know what I mean? That was where I felt I felt the pressure all throughout. Like I was like, I wasn't feeling the pressure. I was having fun on the first board, and then this one. Just after all the blue, me like not getting zips and my R1 button not working and like just stuff like that, it just became depressing at a certain point.
Yeah.
I had to lock back in. That's really what it was. I had to lock back in, but I locked back in a little too late. If I could have maybe put 2 more up, you know, I would have been fine. But you know, that's about it. So Byron, you
No, I think you did a great job, honestly. But yeah, like
Spyran,
you said, you probably got in your head.
I have a question. Maybe another after. I don't know.
Sure.
What was your strategy? Like, I know what we were guessing, but what was actually your strategy?
Like my strategy or Spyran's strategy?
Both of you guys. I mean, I asked Spyran, but
Sure.
I'm interested in.
I was about to say, I didn't know who you asked.
You kind of already told us your strategy earlier.
Oh my days.
We're talking about the winners bracket now.
God.
I'm kidding. I don't even play this game like that, so I have no.
Yes, I guess my strategy.
Like
My initial thought was, right, the first thing you need to do when you come in and the board unlocks is find something that's really easy to do and kind of almost like brain off, do that task and look at the board during that and try and find any lines that you can or any short tasks that you can do. If you can't spot a line, do another short one to try and find another line somewhere. That was my thought going in. I think the first one, that kind of worked in a sense. I don't think I found any like fantastic lines that like where like one level after the other, but I don't think those really existed on that first one from memory. So it was just a lot of, right, what's the next shortest task I can do? What's the next shortest task I can do? And trying to rattle through those as quick as possible. The second one, again, same strategy. Came in, it's like, right, what's the quick we can do? Right, die by the presses, perfect. I can jump into that. That's fine. Where's the reline? And immediately, that was when I spotted the bugle basement one, and I was like, bugle basement and basements, right? Go do that, easy. And then it was just looking around from there. So I think, like I said, I got really lucky spotting those lines where as like quick as I did in that second one. I think that really picked
Your
up.
eyes hit the
Exactly,
right spot.
yeah. My eyes just hit the right spot.
The
Exactly.
right thing.
So that's generally my strategy coming in, is to find something easy and then trying to find lines from there. Sometimes it pays off. Sometimes I just miss things completely. So we'll see how that fares as we progress.
I got one more because I asked Fetty this question. What do you feel about your next matchup? How do you feel?
Yeah, excited, Saf. I am excited. Because I honestly, I think bingo is the reason I really enjoy bingo specifically as like a kind of a tournament and a match is I think it really can be anyone's game a lot of the time, even if you feel like you're at a disadvantage or you feel like your opponent is better than you in whatever way you think that. That's a big. I think bingo is quite a good equalizer because if you completely lose the plot and suddenly you try to do things and then someone else steals from you midway through doing it, and then suddenly you don't find any lines but someone else is doing it. I think the matchup. I think our matchup can be a lot closer than you maybe are thinking it is going to be. I'm really excited.
Are you implying that we need an equalizer, Spyran?
No, he's saying that you're the equalizer.
No, I know, I'm trolling.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where that one goes. I'm always nervous going to these bingo ones because I don't personally think I'm very good at bingo, just because I'd like to say I don't always find these lines very quickly, and I know that some
of these tasks.
some of the tasks can just be awkward, and it's just like, and if you just get stuff wrong and suddenly someone else picks it up, it's kind of like Jova at that point for you. So yeah,
Right.
I'm excited to progress and just play more bingo. It's good fun.
All right, awesome. Spyran, you'll be heading to the next round, while Fetty will
next
be
round as well.
heading to
I am going to be facing Stop
Jesse,
yeah.
I believe.
In losers qualifiers. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I am excited about the Jesse matchup, like just because I like playing with Jesse, and hopefully I'll be able to talk crap while I'm there. Hey, Soda, what's up? He muted immediately. Invading. Do you have a question to ask, Soda?
For clarification, Soda is in the Discord, but the Discord audio is not being captured, so he won't be on stream, sadly.
True.
But we can tell you what he's saying if he says something now.
I think he wants to do a 5-player bingo stream. I think.
I will be in bed, sadly. So if anyone else can carry on.
But yeah, anyways, that seems that this matchup's over for today.
That is a good question. I don't believe
What
the
is the
next
next
ones
one,
have been organised
Spyran?
yet. We have
Do you
got,
know?
as kind of has been stated, the next matchups are Fetty versus Jesse and myself versus Sap. I think those are the only two matchups that are. Oh no, in fact, and Sota versus Nilo is still to come as well, which I believe they're in the process of organising. So at some point soon, you'll see us on here again when dates and times are confirmed. So make sure you follow the channel, keep your notification bells on to make sure you get that notification when we do go live. TBD on those dates. We've got nothing confirmed yet. But otherwise, I guess last comments for anyone, if everyone's got any last comments, and we can wrap things up.
Keep an eye on the Discord for
True.
the dates.
Yeah, I'd say the same. We should have a official name for the bracket, like maybe the silver
what
bracket,
does that mean?
or like bronze, silver, gold.
Whoever loses in losers finals or whatever is, or whoever loses in winners finals is third place. Loser of final,
Oh, really?
The bronze goes to
the bronze,
like the winner, or the winner of the whole thing gets gold. Silver is the loser between the loser and the winner at the end, like both brackets combining, and then third place is whoever loses in winners finals. So that is how these usually work.
That's not. Got you. Still new to everything. I'm just the Spider Runs groupie at the moment. I'm not an actual player.
Spyran, do you have my final comment would be
yes.
GG's.
Indeed.
honestly, I feel like between me and you, it's whenever it's looking at it, it's like I feel like I'm better at bingo usually, and you're better at the game. So this kind of like, like just GG's on honestly like kicking my ass for real.
Yeah, thank you.
Like GG's on that. You completely swamped me on the last board, made me look like a
Oh
chump.
man.
So but I do appreciate it. It was really fun playing, and I can't wait to actually kick Jesse out of this tournament again. So but that's my final comment. So Spyran, final comment for you.
Final comment from me is, yeah, make sure everyone who's watching, if you want to see more of this, make sure you follow the channel so that you can get notified when we next go live. We've got plenty more bingo matches to come, so make sure you tune in.
And a marathon at
And
the
a
end of the
marathon,
month.
literally, is that next weekend?
Whoa.
Oh my days, that's come around so fast.
It is next. It might
Yeah,
be next weekend.
ladies and gentlemen.
Where
Yeah, hold on. Let me bring
We'll
the
do
graphic
Easter-
up. Actually.
Easter
Sorry, it's a good
weekend,
point. We should
everybody.
advertise this, guys. Across the Runniverse is a marathon that we are hosting here on the Spider Runners channel. The twist with it is that it's a Spider Runs run event. Obviously, normally you'd think, oh, so Spider-Man people and Spider-Man runs. Not true. Not true. This is a Spider-Man a marathon for Spider-Man runners, but Spider-Man games are banned, so everyone has to run other games that they run. So come by to see all your usual friends and faces and people you recognize from the Spider-Man community, and you'll...
Oh, it's the...
Yes, that's right.
Yes, the weekend after.
Correct,
Weekend
yes.
after next
so
weekend.
a week and a couple of days from today, you'll see that go live. You'll come see us run some different games that aren't Spider-Man for a change. So look forward to that. And I guess that kind of, wraps things up. So thank you everyone so much for tuning in. It has been a pleasure to run this today. Thank you so much to all the commentators and runners and everyone else who has made this stream possible. Thank you to Zoe for organizing this in the first place. He was going to be here today.
Shouts out to Zoe.
He was going to be here today, but then I think we overbooked on commentators at the last minute, and he was just like, "Oh, that's fine. I'll go cook some food," basically. So that's why he wasn't here. But
Zoe hasn't been in his tournament at all, by the way. I just want to let you guys know, Zoe hasn't participated yet. He hasn't commented
no, that's not
yet.
true. He was the first one. He
Where
was on the
is-
first match.
Where is Zoe? I didn't see it, so it didn't
Oh, fair
happen.
play.
Where
Okay,
is Zoe?
that's fair.
Where is Zoe? I don't
Where
know
is
where he
hashtag
right
where
now,
is Zoe? Can we
so-
get a please?
Hashtag we
Please,
need,
can we
need to
find
put
him?
on a milk
Yeah,
carton.
can we find him?
We need to put him on a milk carton.
Yeah, we want Zoe.
Hashtag
Please,
we
let's
want-
get him on
we
here
want
next time.
Zoe.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, everyone, and we will see you next time. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.